This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, change for the CAB as its manager calls it quits after more than 20 years helping the community. We'll find out which summer school teacher has been voted as the best by tertiary students. And we meet an Ironman competitor who's about to face the biggest challenge of her life. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. A passionate community worker is retiring from her role after more than 20 years of service. Nairi Duke of Dunedin's Citizens Advice Bureau is stepping down as manager of the community branch. But she's happy to pass on the torch and enjoy her retirement.
Celebrating the end of an era, Citizens Advice Bureau staff and volunteers are taking the time to farewell long-time manager Nairi Duke on her last day as manager of the Dunedin branch.
Well, I'm leaving my position because I'm retiring. We've got a new granddaughter in Wellington and we want to spend more time up there. My position has been as manager at Citizens Advice Bureau in Dunedin for the last 21 years, and I just felt that it was time for me to move on and let someone new come in.
Duke started back when the office only had one phone and one computer. In her 21 years at the organisation, she's been responsible for improving those facilities and bringing more funding into the Dunedin branch. She's been the only paid staff for several years, helping coordinate and teach close to 50 volunteers.
I've learnt so much myself. I've just gained so much knowledge, especially in legal areas like consumer law, tenancy. I have just learned so much.
Citizens Advice Bureau offers consumer information, justice of the peace assistance, and now officially assists migrants. Duke says although she won't be there to steer any more change, she's excited to see what the future holds for the Bureau.
I'm just looking forward to them moving up to the next stage and just getting stronger and stronger.
Duke's passing the baton on to new manager Diane Lowry, who officially begins on Monday. Annabelle Dick, 39 Dunedin News.
The city's main swimming pool is now safer and more accessible for those with physical disabilities. A newly installed hoist at Moana Pool will help lift people from their wheelchair to a changing bed in one of the family changing rooms. A fundraising campaign to purchase the new equipment began mid-last year, led by Idea Services, an offshoot of IHC New Zealand. The hoist is valued at around $10,000. Moana Pool staff are unsure of how many people it will assist locally, but say it opens up the opportunity for more people to access the aquatic facility. The purchase of the new equipment was supported by Otago Community Trust funding and the local IHC branch. Some of the city's top lecturers and tutors have had their hard work recognised in the annual Summer School Teaching Awards. Dozens of staff were nominated for the awards, organised by the Otago University Students Association. And of the handful who've come out on top, some are feeling overwhelmed with the honour.
Feeling the love. Otago University lecturer Angela Clark was brought to tears upon learning she's this year's top summer school teacher. It's an accomplishment, she says, as a credit to her students.
It's a little bit tricky with 100-odd students in the class, but you can see that they've got the opportunity there and they're getting really familiar with you too. So it's a very mutual relationship. You know, the more I see them, the more they see me. Even though we have lots of guest lecturers in the paper, which makes the paper so special and unique, I'm always there for the students.
Clark used her win to pay tribute to the late Professor Jules Kieser, who originally established the forensic biology course she now teaches. Summer school papers are traditionally more intensive than those within the normal academic year. That intensity is a plus for this year's Best Tutor winner, who's looking forward to showing off his new award.
I did really enjoy them, and they did obviously enjoy that course fully. So I got an award, so I'm really happy, I'm really excited about it. So my parents back home, they will be happy about that. I will call them straight away.
Pacific Studies lecturer Michelle Schaaf took out the title of Most Inclusive Teacher. She says her summer course had a positive energy throughout its duration, bolstered by the inclusion of several University of Pittsburgh students in the class. She says it's always a privilege to teach people who are passionate and enthusiastic about the subject at hand.
I think summer school is intense, but there's a different calibre of student that takes the papers during summer school. I think right from the get-go, when they start, they've got an intention that they're there for a certain amount of time, so I think they invest a lot more time and perhaps are there for a different purpose in the sense of the urgency to complete the paper in that short amount of time.
Law lecturer Alon Tal, who's currently in Israel, took away the runner-up top teacher award for his work in comparative law. Now with wins under their belts, these guys are looking forward to defending their titles next summer. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
Dunedin police are investigating the circumstances of a suspected hit-and-run crash in South Dunedin this morning. The incident occurred on the corner of Bayview Road and King Edward Street just before 9 a.m. A red Ford Falcon reportedly reversed into a stationary New Zealand Post motorbike, resulting in the rider suffering minor bruising. The driver of the vehicle failed to stop and was reportedly seen driving towards the South Dunedin shops. Police are appealing for anybody that may have witnessed the crash to contact them with any information. A Dunedin-based triathlete is poised to take on her biggest challenge to date. Michelle Cobby will compete in this year's National Ironman competition in just a few weeks' time, and she's putting in the hard yards as often as she can.
Climbing to the top. Local woman Michelle Cobby's making the most of the next 2 weeks in the lead up to this year's National Ironman competition.
It's a pretty big race. It's a 3.8k swim, 180k bike and 42.2k run, and it's all at the same time. It starts pretty early in the morning and hopefully doesn't take all day or all night.
Cobby's wanted to compete in the triathlon event for several years and decided to sign up after returning home from Canada last year. It'll be the first time competing in the triathlon event, which kicks off in Taupo next month. But she's no stranger to these types of competition, having completed several marathons throughout the region.
I'm usually into my running, like running's a big part of who I am and what I do, and I've done 5 marathons and each time I keep improving, so I guess now it's time to challenge myself a little bit more, and what better way to do it than scare myself.
Cobby spent months training in the 3 pursuits to make sure she's up to scratch for the competition. She set herself a reasonable goal, aiming to finish the course in under 15 hours, but ultimately it's just about the satisfaction of completing the triathlon.
The training really puts in perspective how long things actually take, even if you do have a good pace. But I mean, when it comes to race day, it's totally how you're feeling. You can be like, okay, I did this really fast this day, but the next day you might feel sluggish or your body might not have recovered enough in time.
Cobby is one of 2 Dunedin locals competing in the Ironman competition next month. Annabelle Dick, 39, Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, we open a little box of operas and we meet the 19-year-old who has a World Championship competition in her sights.
Well, bees are very fascinating creatures and they constantly confound you about how little we really know about them.
About 4 of every 5 mouthfuls of food you eat have input of bees somewhere in the food chain.
I think they're fascinating. I can't think of a more interesting animal to work with.
Bees are economically the most important insects in the world.
We're at Alex Campbell's. We've got far too many shirts. We've got buy one, get one free at the moment on all shirts. Business shirts, short sleeve shirts, you name it. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
For professional, reliable and approachable service where your dream kitchen design can become an affordable reality, contact the team at Kitchens for Less. Call 455 9973 or visit us online.
Grandad loved his family and surfing, in that order. He taught me to surf and we spent a lot of time in the water together over the years. When he died, I strapped the camera to the nose of his old board and filmed the paddle out at St. Clair. Gillian's played the video on the big screen at his funeral. Grandad would have loved having everyone come out one last surf for them.
Gillian's Funeral Services, helping families celebrate the lives of their loved ones for generations. Gillians.co.nz.
Chiropractic care is a drug-free way of sorting out stress and pain by getting your spine in line with body and brain. At Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing, we provide family chiropractic care. Feel taller, lighter and brighter. Call Mosgiel Chiropractic and Wellbeing today, 484-7272.
Are you looking to add a new dimension to your home? A Christie's glass house and shed will add value to your property and increase your gardening pleasure, and can be easily ventilated during the day. A Christie's garden shed is a brilliant addition to your backyard, adding to your storage capacity. The great Kiwi glass house and shed come in all shapes and sizes, are manufactured in Dunedin and come in a range of nature-inspired colour steel colours or metallic zinc aluminum finish. Choose the Kiwi shed that has stood the test of time. Choose Christie.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Hello, I'm Dougal Stevenson. Welcome to Museum Diaries, the programme where we delve deeper into the museum vaults. So this week, Greek ceramics, the Otago shag. Yes, we do have one. Early hominid stone tools and what they meant to early civilization and what they mean to us. And you'll love this, Thomas Jeffrey Parker's glycerin stomachs.
Here's something else to look forward to sinking your teeth into every weekend with the Otago Daily Times, the Weekend Mix, your guide to what's hot in fashion, entertainment, food and more. New weekend magazine in your ODT. Pick up your copy this Saturday.
Welcome back. Sport New Zealand is shining a light on the challenges and opportunities within Otago's sport and recreation sector. New research shows on average 75% of people in Otago participate in recreation activities each week. While the figures are encouraging, they say there is room for improvement, especially as an increasing number of people lead sedentary lifestyles. The sports sector contributes just over $160 million to the local economy, the equivalent of almost 2% of the region's GDP. And on that note, let's take a look at today's financials. The NZX 50 has closed the day up 31 points. It's now at 6,142. The FTSE is down 58 points. To the exchange rates, the Kiwi dollar is up against the Australian, but we are down against the other currencies we follow. There's a new not-for-profit theatre company in town called the Little Box of Operas. Members have just presented a preview of their inaugural production at the Central Public Library, and musical director David Birchall is here to tell us more. Good evening.
Evening.
Why was this company set up?
A small group of us felt that the time was right to put something together to promote small-scale operas, both in Dunedin and in the wider Otago region, where not much professional music or theatre is seen.
How many people are involved?
Well, there's a core management group of 6 of us, but this present production takes about 18 people involved.
What is the group's focus?
The group's focus is small-scale opera, and by really small-scale, even 2 handers works for 3 or 4 singers, and the idea that we will take this on the road.
Now tell us about your first play.
Well, the first play is a little larger than our typical scenario. It's Henry Purcell's Dido and Aeneas, the first opera written in English, 17th century work. It was written to be performed at the court of Charles II and reflects the political upheavals of the day. But it takes as its story a section of Virgil's Aeneid, which would have been known to people of the day, of Dido's meeting with Aeneas and their coming together, and then subsequently Aeneas's departure, because he is reminded that actually he's got a job to do and go and found Rome.
How did the audience respond?
Oh, very well. We had a good turnout at the library, and it was very appreciatively received.
When is it going to be staged?
We're doing it at All Saints Church this coming Friday 26th and Saturday 27th of February, and we're also taking it to Miller's Flat on the 6th of March for a garden production on Sunday the 6th.
Now, the company is operating as a not-for-profit organisation. How does it work?
Well, almost all small musical and theatrical outfits are not-for-profit, and there's not much money to be made. But the idea is that we do pay our performers, we employ professionals as well as students, but that we're not seeking to make millions from it. We're just seeking to basically cover the costs of putting production on, and we're backed by an incorporated society and therefore eligible to apply for grant funding and the like.
What else are you hoping to perform this year?
We're still working on the schedule, but we're actually looking seriously at taking the Dido and Aeneas to Christchurch later in the year.
Does the company have bigger long-term goals?
Well, we'd like to spread ourselves around geographically, and even, as I say, going up to Christchurch, but particularly the Greater Otago region, and also get into schools with presentations and workshops for schools.
What's your favourite aspect of opera?
Well, I think it's that the music is used to enhance the storytelling, and the storytelling enhances the music. The two feed each other, and the way the composer and librettist set it all up so that you really get a very dramatic piece, action and music.
Little Box of Opera musical director David Birchall, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
After the break on 39 Dunedin News, why past injuries aren't deterring a local motocross rider, and we'll take a look at the results of our online poll.
Do you want support for your breathing? You are not alone. In New Zealand, over 600,000 people have some form of breathing difficulty, especially with the high pollen season in New Zealand. Puff Plus is an excellent natural product developed to support lung function and breathing difficulties. Puff Plus is so effective, you get a no questions asked, money back guarantee on the first purchase. Give it a go, you have nothing to lose. Call now, 0800 502 402. Take as directed. If symptoms persist, see your healthcare professional.
Don't miss the home show. Lots of great ideas, great prizes, great deals. Kitchens, bathrooms, furnishings and lots more. The Epicentre More FM Arena, 4th, 5th, 6th of March. Adults $10, children free. See you at the home show.
They've got all, it's all about our customer care, great food, great coffee, and supported by some awesome staff. We think it's really important that the customers when they come in here have a good experience and leave wanting to come back. And I think in a nutshell, that's what the Good Oil is all about.
Pallet fires are growing in popularity in Otago, with people who want a clean and efficient form of home heating. The sight of a burning flame without the problems of chopping, stacking and carting wood around is a winner. Pallet fires, so easy, so efficient.
I understand now how economics can affect global warming.
And I found out how grass growth in New Zealand affects Fashion Week in Milan.
I can even tell you how smartphone technology affects the survival of mountain gorillas.
Sorry.
Because at the Otago Business School, it's not just about the world of business, it's how business affects the world.
I'm Kim. Michaela.
David. And this is our place in the world.
Take your place in the world.
Yes, Sunny Chin.
Neck, shoulder, back, sciatica, pain specialists. Innovative tools specifically designed to contour your grooves of depletion and excess muscle build-up.
Sunny Chin, it works.
We're Alex Campbell's. We've got far too many shirts. We've got buy one, get one free at the moment on all shirts. Business shirts, short sleeve shirts, you name it. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free. Buy one, get one free.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Welcome back. A local motocross rider is overcoming her past injuries in a quest to rise up the ranks in the sport. The 19-year-old athlete is off to Qatar in just a few days for the Women's World Championship, and she's confident she has what it takes to come out on top.
Getting a lay of the land. Local motocross rider Courtney Duncan's doing research ahead of her biggest competition yet, the Women's World Championship in Qatar.
It's exciting just putting in the hard yards, and it's been 3 months since I've been back on the bike from injury, so just keeping my motos up and the off-bike fitness and everything like that, but I feel prepared and ready for the challenge.
It's been a tough year for the 19-year-old athlete with an ACL injury, sidelining her for several months. But with that now healed, she's confident she's exactly where she needs to be physically ahead of the championship event.
I know that I'm in a good, position as I've put in the work. I believe in my program. I have the best equipment there is and everything like that. So I just have to focus on doing my own thing and go out and enjoy myself and give it 100%, and whatever happens, happens.
Duncan first threw her leg over a bike at the age of 7 and has been racing ever since. While she's feeling confident in her abilities on the bike, the anticipated warm weather in Qatar is causing concern.
I think it's their winter, but it's still around mid-30s, and so it's going to be hot, but I've been up in Nelson and it's been kind of early 30s up there, and been nice and hot, so I think it'll be tough, but it is a night race as well, so the temperature should be a wee bit better.
Duncan's never taken part in a night race before, but she anticipates the track's floodlights will provide more than enough light. She flies out to Qatar early next week for the championship, an event she expects will be the pinnacle of her career so far. Ruby McAndrew, 39, Dunedin News.
The city is about to experience its yearly influx of tertiary students. Orientation starts in just over a week and classes are set to resume shortly afterwards. This week's 39 Dunedin News online poll asked if you're looking forward to the return of the students. 61% of you are, 39% of you aren't. The government is still considering whether to grant David Bain compensation for wrongful imprisonment. An independent review of his case has been submitted to Justice Minister Amy Adams, but there's no indication as to when a decision will be made. Next week's 39 Dunedin News online poll asks if you feel that David Bain should be compensated by the government. Visit our website dunedintv.co.nz to vote. And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. Citizens Advice Bureau staff are celebrating the career of one of their own as the manager says goodbye after 2 decades of service. Summer school students have named their favourite University of Otago teachers, with a forensic biology lecturer coming out on top. And a Dunedin woman is hard at work preparing for her first ever shot at the National Ironman competition taking place in just a few weeks. And now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's Otago Daily Times. We're joined by Craig Page. Good evening.
Good evening, Rebecca. Yeah, we've done a follow-up on the Meals and Wheels story, which has been around Dunedin for the last week or so. Lots of concerns about the standard and quality of the food. We've asked former ODT food writer Charmaine Smith to sit down and dine on the meals this afternoon, and we'll have those interesting results in tomorrow's paper. Of course, Saturday means the Weekend Mix magazine as well. We've got a piece with the quiet achievers of Dunedin music, those people, the sound mixers and the producers of the records and have helped contribute to Dunedin sound. We've got some nice stories with those people. And of course tonight we've got the Highlanders and Waratahs rugby match in Queenstown. We'll have a full wrap up of that as well.
Plus a whole lot more. That is the Weekend ODT. Thanks, Craig.
Thank you.
Time now for local weather.
This weather update is proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Puff Plus.
Here is today's city view is taken of South Dunedin rooftops. And around the city at 3 o'clock today, 21 degrees for both the central city and the gardens, 23 for the Tyree. To the situation, and a cooler west to southwest flow is spreading over the country for the weekend. To the forecast for some of the main towns in the lower South Island for tomorrow. Westerlies with a few brief showers for Invercargill and Gore, a few showers and westerlies for Te Anau, and some cloud for Alexandra with nor'west winds and a high of 19. Nor'westers and some cloud for Queenstown, Wanaka and Twizel, all expecting 19 degrees. The risk of showers for Oamaru with a high of 18. And Dunedin tonight, fine with a low of 12. Tomorrow, cloud increasing in the morning with nor'westers. We can look forward to a period of cooler southwesters in the afternoon with a few scattered light showers possible. It will become fine later in the day with 19 degrees. And on Sunday, fine and sunny with light nor'easters, a high of 18, and my pick for washing day. Into the Otago Pallet Fires tidal and fishing information. Low tide tomorrow morning is at 20 to 10. High tide on Sunday afternoon is at 5 to 4. And fishing conditions look pretty good this weekend, especially at around 20 to 11 on Saturday morning and at around 12:30 on Sunday afternoon. And that is all from the team here at 39 Dunedin News for this week. We will leave you now with some shots from the week that was. We'll see you again on Monday. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.